All right, my product team, you are the most important because you guys tackle a lot of tasks at hand to make this bars more efficient. First thing you start off with when it comes to product, we're gonna build our cold product bar. Our cold product is basically consisted of our champagnes. Champagnes will vary, different varieties. Also the wines. You're also gonna have some sparkling, some still water, which will be a Pellegrino and a Panna. If you see any other, just ask your captain if that's the one that you're supposed to have, our standard, or these two waters here itself. Then there's always 3 types of beers. It's a variety of different changes of beer. Just don't go off of these 3 here. It always changes. But this is what your typical cold bin product will look like when it comes to setting up for a 2-man bar. Why we put the still water upside down? Good question. Is because when it comes to the sparkling, it has carbonation. You put carbonation upside, it sends the bubble. So this is why we put the still water upside down, because there's no carbonation and we won't have no problems putting it upside down. Please do not take champagne bottles and put them upside down, because this causes a lot of pressure, and when you open that, you might get popped with that cork in the face, or you might hit somebody else with that cork. So always be mindful. Champagne bottles never be put upside down, nor sparkling water. But this is your standard cold product pool for an event. You have your champagne, your wine, your waters, and your 3 types of beers. Also, you'll have 2 other Laxans. These also are support for your bar and your risers. You'll understand that later when we get up there. You have all your sodas. You have your varieties of sodas, meaning you have your Coke, you have your Diet, you have your ginger ale, you have your club soda, your tonic water, And also what we put in here to make ourselves more efficient is the napkin holders for that bar. If it's a 2-man bar, you should have 2 napkin holders inside. Sandy wipes to do any sanitation that needs to be done at the bar. 2 ice scoopers, napkins, napkin holders, and boxes of straws. Also, a box of gloves. Those are always good to have. Please do not wear your gloves during the event and be serving our guests with black gloves. I see a lot of people do it. Please do not do it. You have your bitters. There's always 2. If it's a bigger bottle, 1 is good, but if it's a smaller bottle, always put 2. Time always good for those margaritas, keeping our guests happy. And then your pour spouts for your alcohol. Also, when it comes to your spirits, your Laxan, you should have 6 different spirits in here, which is consistent of your vodka, your tequila, whiskey, your scotch, triple sec. Sorry, I forgot about the rum. You got your sweet vermouth, your grenadine, and your dry vermouth, and also your Aperol. Alright guys, so when it comes to cold product pool, the team that is in charge of that will also be in charge of the mise en place. What is a mise en place? The mise en place is for the servers, where they can go retrieve their waters and wines for the table service. We create 2 Laxans for the mise en place. Why do we create 2 Laxans per mise en place? Because one is supposed to be a 50-50 of your sparkling and still water, And the other one is supposed to be of the white wine or champagne or a mixture that is supposed to be provided for table service. After you get done creating your 2 Lexans, I automatically ice product because, why do I ice it? Because when it comes to event time and you're running around and we're trying to execute getting everything done, I always say work smart, not hard. And if it's already iced, you don't got to think about it. Once again, once your Lexans are built and they are in, once the Lexans are built with your waters, your champagnes, or your white wines, we're going to immediately ice product. And then we're going to have our backup boxes that are going to be containing more product just in case. So they will not fall behind or feel like they are short to do service. Okay? So it's going to be a full Lexan of wine and 2 additional boxes for the white wine. When it comes to red wine, you'll have 3 boxes to provide for each mise en place. 2 extra additional boxes for the cold white wine product just in case.
Why do we use Lexans? That's a great question. The answer is these things are meant to be durable. They're meant to take a beating. They also hold a decent amount of volume. And they are stackable, meaning that for the moment of service, you can actually have your product at a reasonable level without having to reach down every time, which of course is going to save your back. But mostly these things hold quite a bit of product. They hold ice very well. They're easy to clean. They're easy for storage, and they take a beating.